Adam, I know you have a lot of experience with like product and value of that kind of discussion and alignment. How should we, be looking at building brand strategy with the user in this way?
Anytime I talk to any clients or kind of start this conversation, I always ask the question, okay, well, what does your potential buyer want? And I think that's important on the brand side, especially thinking about display advertising in particular, because I think a lot of times we get caught up in how cool our solutions are and what they do, features and functionality. And when you have maybe a second or two to engage a user, they see, whatever you're putting in front of them, and they're having to choose whether or not to click on it. I think you really need to explain to them how you're going to make their life easier. What are you going to do for them? What's the benefit to the user versus, this is how cool my thing is. So I always start with that question. You have to start focusing on that content production, the landing page that's going to engage. There's just the value exchange for data these days. It can't be one-sided. So the users have to be getting what they want and most importantly, what they expect. Because if you don't provide them that, then you're in a losing proposition. They're either not going to return, the experience that you're setting up is not going to be fruitful. And then so, at that point, I start to think about, okay, if you have this content, you've built this user engagement or user experience, how are you then going to promote that? And that's probably going to fall back to what we were talking about. What are the right sources of distribution? How are you identifying those? A lot of testing. Who are the audiences that are coming in that you're reaching? You're really aggregating all of that stuff, because at that point you have, you've built your content, you've built your user experience that you want people to enter. Now you have to go out and find those users. And for me, that's going to be a lot of contextual alignment with building up that first party data that you have. And then from there, kind of spreading out even broader and getting into the ABM focus on the, kind of decision makers and the buying team. Maybe even retargeting some things where you can start to sequence them down based on the content you have. And then my last piece there would probably be, I think the multi-touch approach is a big one, I think, from my perspective. The always-on idea, making sure that you're getting your brand in front of these audiences consistently we've seen time and time again that that's a really important piece of the puzzle.